here to take care of it. Set on up to Cook. Here's Isaac Andrews, 8 drinks. Down to Andrews. Gets it down court. The shot is up. Yes! And Westell, you're greatly appreciated. Baker here for 3. Knocks off pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball. Center field. That's going to be pretty good season. That's a high fly ball deep there in the left field. And it's going to be gone! Paul P. Dan Fisher. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, here on YouTube.com, here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium in Selma, Indiana, as we have tonight's junior varsity action between the visiting Muncie Burris Owls and your Wapahani Raiders here tonight. Again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in and spending your Thursday night here with us as we get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Selma American Legion Post 437. So Wapahani continued their winning ways again last night. Again, got a victory Tuesday evening. They're at home here against Hagerstown, and you know, it's nice to see these ladies, you know, really start to, you know, get clicking on all cylinders. Had a little bit of a slow start here to the season, but really since then, really ever since last weekend, you know, we've really hit the ground running now, and you're starting to see improvements, starting to see a coming together of players that are, really starting to flourish and shine now, 10, 11 games into the season. So hopefully that trend will continue tonight. Again, here for Wapahani, playing on their home court and playing the third game in 3 nights. So obviously, I'm sure a little bit of exhaustion somewhat comes into play. But a lot of these girls, a lot of times, you're used to playing 3 or 4 games, sometimes in one day. So I don't know if you can necessarily really use anything like that, or even say they are tired. They might be, but I'm sure they're going to come out here and play like they are not. And hopefully can roll on to a victory here tonight against a tough Muncie Burris Owls team here this evening from Raider Gymnasium. So, again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. Stay right here with us. We've got tonight's rosters and the start of tonight's ball game again here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here in Selma, Indiana. We'll be back with more here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara. Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
All right, welcome back here, fans. Again, appreciate you for waiting on me here. I'm the PA announcer out here as well, so that's why it takes me a little bit to get back on the air. Nonetheless, let's take a look here at tonight's rosters. First and foremost, for the visiting Muncie Burris Owls, we have number 2, Grace Murray, number 3, Samara Zeller, number 4, Liv Graves, number 6, Katie Boggs, number 8, Zoe Ogle, number 9, McKinnon Five Coats, number 10, Franny Taviani, number 12, Jolyn Fang. Number 16, Lucia Donahue. Number 20, Ashley Miller. And number 22, Lauren Redfield. Will McPhillips is the coach there for the Owls as we get tonight's game officially underway here this evening at 6:02 p.m. here on this September the 8th of 2022. Again, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, Wapahani's roster, as always, looks like this. Number 1, Anne-Marie Gibson. Number 2, Cammie Rivers. Number 3, Caroline Hunzinger. Number 5, Callie Parker. Number 6, Chloe Sipes. Number 7, Adriana Harris. Number 8, Shayna Ray. Number 9, Megan Luce. Number 10, Bailey Carpenter. Number 11, Olivia Walters. And number 12, Tatum Dudley. Again, Amy Hardwick, the head coach for your Lady Raiders. Quick 2-0 start here to begin things here for Wapahani. And we're going to have a net violation on Muncie Burris. So Gibson still back to serve here for the Raiders. Received there by number 8, Zoe Ogle. Harris keeps it alive, but got under a little too much right there and gets called there with the carry or the lift. So 3-1 now is your score here as number 10, Franny Tavianini, enters the ball game here for the first time this evening. That was number 12, Jolyn Fang, back there to serve just a moment ago. And a net violation here on the Raiders, as it's back-to-back points here for the Owls. And as I mentioned, this is the third game in 3 nights for Wapahani, and that's going to be an ace for Fang to tie things up here at 3. Handled there by Parker. They're off the serve. Set on to Rivers. Left side attack. Going cross court with the kill. Yes. So 4-3 Wapahani after the kill from Rivers. And in comes Olivia Walters for the first time this evening. And now back to serve will be number 5, Callie Parker. Received by number 16. That was Donahue on the attack that time. Tavianini. So that will tie things up at 4. Now with number 2, Grace Murray back to serve. Received by Gibson, set to the right side. Hunzinger on the attack there. That was loose to set that one up. Parker lays that with it there with the one-handed dig. Nice layout there. That was by number 3, Zeller. He ends up cashing in there for the Raiders. As they tally point number 5, and in will come Bailey Carpenter for the first time this evening for the Raiders. As Caroline Hunzinger will drop back behind the service line. Missile of a serve, and that one heads out of bounds. So a service error for Hunzinger ties things up at 5 here with number 4, Liv Graves, back to serve. Received there by Gibson. Left side attack there by Carpenter. And that was on the left side of the antenna, which signifies out of bounds. As Muncie Burris will take their first lead here of the night, 6-5, as number 22, Lauren Redfield, enters the game for the first time this evening for the Owls. And right into the net goes Liv Graves there on the serve. So a tie game once again. We've got Cammie Rivers back to serve. Received by Redfield. Graves there, or Murray there with a set. Hunzinger to Walters. A little free ball action here for the Owls. Right side attack, and that's going to fall in there for Lucia Donahue. So 7-6 here is Shayna Ray. Will enter the game here for Wapahani. Seeing her first action this evening, I believe, as well. And it's going to be number 8, Zoe Ogle, back there to serve just a moment ago. Left side attack, Gibson on that one. And that's going to land close to the stands over there on the left side. So Gibson credited there with a kill. Ties things up again, this time at 7, as Adriana Harris will see her first action of the night for Wapahani. Dug out by Walters. Hunzinger to Harris. That was Murray with the dig. Mishandled initially there by Ogle, but Murray able to save her. Back to Gibson one more time, and no touch on that one. A little too much mustard and didn't quite get on top of that ball. So Donahue back to serve. 8-7 Owls, and another service there. So very much back and forth here in the early stages of this opening set this evening. Megan Luce re-enters the game and will now be back to serve. And she'll serve it into the net. So Samara Zeller will return to the floor for Muncie Burris, and she'll now be back to serve in this 9-8 lead. Received there by Ray. Harris on the attack. No touch. Out of bounds. Point Owls. Ray there again receiving that one loose. Just tips it over. Was met initially, but the Raiders keep it there on the other side, as that will be hit well out of bounds by Liv Graves of Muncie Burris. To get the Raiders to point number 9 here is Cammie Rivers. We'll return to the Raider rotation here as she'll sub in for Shayna Ray, as Anne-Marie Gibson's now back to serve. Hit over there by Fang. Again, that was dug out by Hunzinger. Rivers on the attack, and that falls right smack dab in the middle to tie it up at 10. So I'll tell you one thing. If this game continues to be like this all the way through the next 2, potentially 3 sets, we could be in for a long evening. And that will be hit into the net by Graves, as Wapahani will retake the lead. Again, a left side attack there by Graves. Ogle there to receive that one, set up. Graves again right there, and will get that one up and over again, initially off the fingertips of Harris. And then Rivers could not get there in time thereafter. So tied up at 11, Fang back to serve. Set right up on top of the net and well executed by Liv Graves. Get a 50-50 ball taken care of right there by the Owls to give them another 1-point lead. Again, Wapahani initially started out the ball game with a 3-0 lead. Since then, the largest has been 2, and that was by Muncie Burris. They're going to tie that again there as we'll have a net violation here on the Raiders. So again, another 2-point lead for the Owls and a timeout taken by Wapahani. And we will step aside for a timeout of our own. It's Muncie Burris 13, Wapahani 11 here in set number 1 of the evening. We'll be back with more following this message. Alrighty, folks, and welcome back in from the timeout. 13-11 lead here for the Owls. Make that a 13-12 lead here for the Owls. And that'll be served out of bounds. And so again, the back and forth continues. In comes Redfield. And we'll have Grace Murray back to serve. So Hunsinger tried to save that one. Didn't work out too well. Unfortunately, they're off the pass from Parker. So right there in the middle, and Walters, great court vision right there. So a nice open spot there on the right side and executed it perfectly. So Hunsinger now back to serve. Again, the Raiders down by 1. Rivers, Hunsinger back to Walters, and another kill for Olivia. We'll tie it up at 15. Carpenter here on the attack. And I believe that was going to be a 4-hit, and indeed it will be. And that's going to be an ace for Liv Graves. And into the net again here on the serve. And so, again, back and forth, back and forth. Should be interesting to see where this ends up at here, 17-16. And that was Rivers back there to serve just a moment ago, right side. That's going to be handled there by Carpenter. Walters with a setup to Gibson and left that one a little long. We'll see Shayna Ray back in for the Wapahani. Ogle back there to serve. Gibson there. Set right back to her from Hunzinger. And Anne-Marie Gibson again collects on the kill. So Harris will return to the floor. We've got Walters back to serve, and Wapahani love to see if they can get something going right here. Rattle off 4 or 5 points, or maybe even 8. That would be fine. Soft touch right there. Gibson digs it out. Hunzinger right back to her. Murray will dig it that time for the Owls. The Raiders trying to change up a little bit here as far as just with a soft touch over the net, a little tip, whatever the case might be. With a big-time swing for Gibson, and that's a point there for the Raiders. So they finally get over the hump and push back ahead here by 1. After a very long rally point. Neither team willing to give in. And that's going to be a lift there on Hunzinger. That will tie it up here at 19. Number 16, Lucia Donahue back to serve. So in comes Megan Luce for Bailey Carpenter. So a timeout here from Muncie Burris. Raiders 21, Owls 20. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more right after this message. All right, folks, going to welcome back following the timeout. Wapahani 21, Muncie Burris 20 here at the closing of set number 1. Ogle there from the back row, dug out by Parker, set up, right side attack by Hunsinger, yes! Hunsinger with the kill as the Raiders push ahead by a pair. And we're going to have another timeout from Muncie Burris. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and step aside again here for another quick timeout. This message brought to you by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
All right, again, your score 22-20, Wapahani, as both teams have returned now to the court. It's going to be Megan Luce back to serve. And it's been back and forth all the way from the start. She's going to have quite the finish here in set number 1. Gibson on the left side attack, and that's going to be off of Graves and out of bounds. Another kill for Gibson. Handled by Graves. Set right back there to her in the back row as Parker unable to get to it in time. Much need a point there for Muncie Burris. So we'll see number 3, Zeller, returning to the floor. She'll drop back to serve. And the Raiders trying to finish them off right here. 2 points away. Parker then to Luce on to Gibson. Donahue there to dig it out. And that's going to be 4 hits on Muncie Burris. So set point has arrived here for the Raiders. Cammie Rivers now returning to the floor for Shayna Ray as Anne-Marie Gibson will now be back to serve. So things obviously getting a little bit more interesting here. Fang again still back there to serve. And that will be an ace. And now we've got a tie game at 24. And now we're going to have a timeout here from the Raiders, tied at 24 in set number 1. Again, we'll be back with more right after this message from the IHSAA.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
All right, here we go. Again, 24 all. We've got Jolyn Fang there back to serve. She'll serve that one out of bounds. And that's how his first set's going to end. Again, at the JV level, we only have to win by 1. So, again, the Raiders at a 24-21 lead. Let Muncie Burris tie things up, but then was able to win it here in the end. Again, 25-24. So, again, the Raiders here with a 1-0 lead. We'll step aside, and we'll be back here with set number 2 coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Moments we live for, we celebrate, we must protect. This is what the IHSAA Foundation does every day. By providing scholarships to student athletes, developing coaches and athletic directors, recruiting and retaining high school officials, and awarding grants to IHSAA member schools, we can protect the future of high school sports for the next generation of Hoosiers. Will you join us? We need your help on our team. Donate today at ihsaafoundation.org.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, folks, again, welcome back here to our Kinshop Properties game break. Again, Wapahani with a 1-0 lead here this evening after a tight one to end to finish the first set, 25-24. Again, there the Raiders had a 24-21 lead and let that slip away as Muncie Burris was able to tie it up. But thankfully, the Raiders were able to prevail as we'll have a rotation violation to start off with here in the first point here in the second set. Okay, so it looks like we're finally ready. Parker there, loose, will chase it down. Gibson gets it there to the back corner. Again, great vision there by Anne-Marie Gibson. So that will tie things up here at 1. Again, Gibson now back to serve. And Parker watching that one sail out of bounds. Again, nice communication there between Hunzinger and Parker. Calling her off, just making sure nobody goes after that ball and realizing that that was heading out of bounds. As that will be served into the net, ties things up at 2. And we will see number 12, Jolyn Fang, back to serve. Also number 10, Franny Tavianini, now in the game. And Fang will serve that one into the net. So Walters in for the Raiders. Parker now back to serve, and Wapahani with a 1-point lead. Again, make sure to tune in here in just a little while. We'll have tonight's varsity game coming up right here on the WHS network. Again, that'll be probably within the next 45, 50 minutes. All depends upon how this second set goes, obviously. Walters right there again, beautifully done right there on the shot. Great setup there by Hunzinger. Then again, seen that left side open. Walters able to execute that and put the Raiders on top here by 3 as Muncie Burris again will take a timeout. And again, we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during this timeout. Again, Wapahani, as I mentioned earlier a couple times, this is their 3rd game in 3 nights. So it's been a long week for them. You know, coming off of Labor Day weekend, and then next week we also have 3 games in a row. So next Tuesday night, Wapahani will be at home against Shenandoah, and then Wednesday night they'll be traveling over to Madison Grant to take on the Argyles, and then Thursday night they'll be right back at home again, taking on Randolph Southern in an MEC matchup. So 2 MEC games next week. Again, 3-0 so far on the MEC conference schedule, and hopefully looking forward to keeping that going next Tuesday night. Nice serve there by Parker. Donahue will get it over. Parker there to dig it out. Loose, sets it to Rivers on the left side, and Donahue not able to do anything with that one. So Rivers with the kill, and the Raiders are really starting to get things a-clicking here for them on the right cylinders. Here with a 4-point lead, establish some momentum here, and hopefully go on a little bit of a lengthy run to put some more distance between you and the Owls. Gibson there to dig it out, set up. There's Hunzinger. Donahue again stuck the right arm out there. But again, unfortunately for her and the Owls, that one headed backwards, and the Owls will go ahead and take their second timeout and the first 9 points scored in this second set. So we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick timeout. Again, it's Wapahani 7, Muncie Burris 2. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, again, welcome back here to our Kenshaw Properties game break. 7-2 Wapahani here in set number 2 of the evening. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in and spending your Thursday night here with us. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius here with your play-by-play call. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So Walters, just a touch out of bounds. So 7-3 now as Grace Murray is back to serve. Received by Rivers. Loose. Sets it right there to the middle to Walters. And that was off of Ogle and shanked off there near the stands over on the right side. So we'll see Bailey Carpenter returning to the floor. And it'll be Caroline Huntsinger back to serve. And that's going to head out of bounds. So unfortunate here for Wapahani. Can't really, keep that momentum going here. You still have an 8-4 lead, but service errors are momentum killers, I'll tell you that. So Liv Graves to serve. Handled by Parker. Now Huntsinger on to Rivers. Right side there, and that is just out of bounds. And that will be served into the net here by Graves. So the point swing back over here to Wapahani, 9-5. Rivers back to serve. And we're going to have a net violation here on Huntsinger. So again, after a 7-2 start, things have been a little shaky here for Wapahani. Walters will get it done there. A lift called on Muncie Burris. So it's going to be Olivia Walters now serving. Harris will return to the floor for Wapahani. And we have Chloe Sipes in here. Gibson to Huntsinger, right back to her here on the left side. Ogle will dig it out. Redfield from the right side. Gibson initially dug it out, and then Sipes was initially going after the first ball, was laying on the ground, was able to punch it up in the air, but not high enough for anybody to get to it and get the ball back over on the other side. So Megan Luce now in the game and back to serve. Murray will set up the thing and a net violation. So 12-8 here as number 3. Samira Zeller will return to the floor for the Owls. Parker there to receive that one. Luce will set it up. Gibson. It's that one a little too far outside the line. And you love the power. Now it's just trying to harness that, keep that ball in between the lines. So that one will fall in. 13-10 now as Cami Rivers will sub in for Chloe Sipes. It's going to be Anne-Marie Gibson back to serve. Again, no more timeouts remaining for Muncie Burris. And they used both of theirs within the first 9 points scored in this second set. And there's an ace for Gibson. So Wapahani again back out to their largest lead of the ball game of 5. Murray there to Donahue, gets it over and gets it in there for the point. So Jolyn Fang will now be back to serve. So Walters returns. We'll have Callie Parker now serving. Nice serve there from Callie. Murray set it up there to Donahue there in the back row. Gibson will dig it out. Loose over to Rivers. Yes, that was off of Graves and out of bounds. So Rivers there with the kill. Puts the Raiders up here by 6, the largest lead of the ball game. Gibson to Luce. Right there to Walters there with a soft touch. Good job there by Hunzinger keeping that one alive and digging it out of the net. Gibson gets to it and some miscommunication. So that looked like a promising play potentially. And unfortunately fell off there at the end. So we've got Murray serving. So Hunzinger back to serve with a 6-point lead. Graves there with a bad pass, setting it up right here for Wapahani. Graves on the attack. Hunzinger's there. Parker over to Rivers. Kept alive by Murray, the left hand that time by, I believe that was Donahue. So Gibson and Parker unable to get to it in time. Graves with the kill. Back to a 5-point lead. Bailey Carpenter now in for Wapahani. Redfield in for Muncie Burris. And Graves is back to serve. And another service error here for the Owls. So puts them in a little bit of a bind right here, down by 5. It's getting late here in this second set. Again, Rivers back to serve. Right along the right side. Donahue will get it over. That's Parker to Hunzinger to Walters. Dug by Murray. Right back there to her. Rivers is there to dig it out. Left side, or left hand there by Gibson. Was able to sneak it just inside the antenna. Gibson there with a dig. Hunzinger now to Walters in the middle. Dug out there by Ogle. And Graves Downward action there on that ball. Spikes that one into the net. And the Raiders are just 3 points away from a sweep of the Owls here this evening. Again, much different than what it was there in the first set. And you had a 1-point finish there at the end. Head out of bounds, and we have arrived now at match point. 24-14. Redfield there, Murray to Donahue. Parker will dig it. Hunsinger will set it there to Walters. And that's going to do it here tonight, folks. Wapahani takes it in straight set fashion. 25-24, 25-14. Now to improve to 8-3 on the season, so congratulations here to the Wapahani Lady Raider junior varsity team as they continue their winning ways. Again, they'll be back at it again next Tuesday, right back here at home against Shenandoah. Again, that'll be a JV start time there of 6 o'clock there. So again, congratulations there to Wapahani. Again, played much better here in the second set. Exactly what you want to see, and hopefully continue to build off this week, because they have been playing some really nice volleyball. So let's see if we can keep it rolling here with the varsity game coming up here in just a little while. Again, we'll get started on that broadcast here within the next about 20-25 minutes from now. So we hope you all tune in there for that. Again, that'll be on a separate link here on our YouTube channel. So, folks, again, we'll see you here in just a little bit. And until then, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you back here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.